All right, so my name is Segun Awolowo. I like to speak on something very important again today for an aspiring entrepreneur, for those who are planning to start a business, or you have already started and you're looking at scaling up your business. You want to grow it to a point of relevance and significance. One thing I like to touch on today is the subject of passion. When it comes to business or when it comes to life, you have to understand that one key thing that you cannot joke with is to be passionate about whatever it is that you do, whether you provide a service or you sell a product or you do marketing. And by the way, let me quickly say this: you don't necessarily have to say, you don't necessarily have to produce any product, because sometimes somebody says, I don't have anything to do with business because I don't know how to produce anything. You don't have to own any product. You don't have to, and you can actually do business without producing any product. Somebody says, I can't render any service. I just don't know how to provide any service. But you can still do business by take the product that somebody has already produced and then begin to sell for them. Just sell for them. You're already in business. Amazingly, you can make so much money than even the producer of the product by selling, because there is no law that guides how much you can sell or you can make. You can buy a product for 20,000 naira and sell for 100,000 naira. It depends on how you are able to convince your buyers. And so that's what take us to that subject of passion. You can't thrive, you can't succeed, you can't rise in business if you don't understand and master this. There are times, and I can tell you for free, haven't done business for a while, there are times when you will be faced with challenges, especially in the environment where we are. In Nigeria, for example, there are so many factors that will face you, that will fight you, that will get you to be frustrated. You do business in Nigeria, you have to be strong and you have to be very, very passionate. And so if you do business and you want to run well, you must be of great passion, that whatever challenge you face, it is passion that will keep you moving and that will keep you going. And let me share with you a short story of an unfortunate incident, an experience I had some years ago, about 8 years ago. How I went out to provide a service, a setup for a particular program, and we got there to set up our equipment, and then everything was good until a particular moment when it was about raining, and this breeze started, and it started from breeze and then it entered into wind and the wind moved everything that we set up, scattered everything, and everything just scattered. I moved equipment and pieces, everything. And with your eyes opened, you saw what you have invested in crumbled and scattered. Now, what do? We had to start to pick the broken pieces of what we went to sell, and that was it. If you will say, you probably will say that should be the end of that business. We picked the broken pieces of the equipment and then we took them back to the office. And we were able to manage to bring some together, but not all. From that experience, we lost nothing less than 5 million naira from that single experience. I mean, I'm talking about a business that was just starting, was just trying to peak, and here you are losing out on some of the things that you are trying to build together. And what would you say? Then what would you do? Naturally speaking, you would say, this is the end. I am not sure I'm going to be interested in this again. I can't cope with this. But then, one thing that will keep you together in that business is this subject we're talking about. If you are not passionate enough about what you do, it is enough for you to quit and then shut down the business and move on with your life. I remember the statement by a robot scholar, tough time never lasts, but tough people do. And let me put it in another way. Tough time never lasts, but passionate people do. It is passion in the business that you do that will keep you in there. Losing or not losing, gaining or not gaining, I will still be there. I talk about passion is what will get you to be consistent and persistent enough, even at the face of losing out. But at times when you do some business and transactions, and then you know from the beginning of that transaction that this is nothing but a loss, but you still have to do it. You still have to stay because of passion. And so I want to encourage you today, if you're going to run business and you're going to stay in there and succeed, you must be passionate about what you do. Don't just run into business because you run into an opportunity by chance or by luck. Don't just run into a business because you have an uncle who says, you know what, I have some money to give you. Can you do this business? And you took the money and you do the business at the face of challenges. And let me say this, whether you like it or not, you will experience wind. I can tell you that for free. There will be moments of winds. When wind blows, according to the Holy Book, Jesus talked about two set of people. One built his house on the rock, and the other one built it on sand. And then something is constant. It's a denominator. It is constant. It will happen. Wind will blow. I can tell you, rain will fall. It depends on where you build your home. And so when you face challenges, you have to stay in there. You must not give in and give up, whatever the case may be. Sometimes you will get people who will engage you, and then you would have calculated that you are going to make this profit, and then they are not going to pay you. You have people who are going to owe you, and then you do everything possible to get your money from them, and they refuse to pay you your money. What are you going to do? You still stay in and stay there. You stay in and tell yourself, I have one option. It's either it works or it works. That is the option you must have. Not whether it works or it does not work. The one option you must have is it's either it works or it works. If you have the other option, it's either it works or it does not work, then you have failed already. So I will encourage you, if you are doing business and you are starting or you are about to start, stay in there, no matter what the case may be. In our environment or in our nation today, you discover fluctuations in prices. You go and buy a product or an item, that you're supposed to use to make a product, and then you buy at a particular rate, and then only for you to go back and you return back the second day or the second week, and you realize the price has changed. And meanwhile, you have made products and you have sold them at a particular rate, and here you are, all your profit is gone. What do? You keep moving it, you keep pushing it, no matter what the case may be. You just keep stay in there. You don't give in, you don't give up. Be passionate enough about what you do. I spoke about identifying what you want to do. The moment you identify it, the next thing you have to do is to tell yourself, I can't afford to fail. I must not fail in this business. I've been doing business for over 1.5 decades now, and I've faced all kinds of challenges. I give you another story of how we're going out for an engagement and armed robbers attacked us, and then they went away with the things that were supposed to go and use to deliver the job. Everything stolen away. What do? I can tell you that despite that experience, we still delivered the job. You can't afford to tell your clients stories. They are not interested in your stories. The only thing they are interested in is your results. You don't tell stories to your clients, you give results. Results is what they are interested in. No matter what the case may be, you must deliver by all means. And the only way to do that is when you are filled with passion. I can't afford to fail. That is the spirit of an entrepreneur. I must not, I will not, I should not, and I cannot fail. It is what will keep you in business despite the challenges. When you lose money, you stay there and build it again and build it again until it becomes successful. I see you at another time. My name remains Segun Awolowo. To get more of these videos, subscribe to my YouTube channel, Segun Awolowo. I encourage you to do it now. There are so much more you can learn in building your business and growing your business. Segun Awolowo. Click the link right now and subscribe to access more video. God bless you.